Hello everyone, welcome to Legacy AS Academy. The Punjab government has come out with a very important notification where it has banned a particular variety of rice from being cultivated in the entire state. And that particular rice variety is called as PUSA 44 or PUSA 44 as it is called as. So in this video, we will talk about what is the importance of rice exports in India and which kind of rice do we export the most, and why has the Punjab government come out with this notification and said that this particular variety of rice should not be grown anywhere in Punjab. Okay, and this is considered to be a very backward or very restrictive measure for the farmers who were making a lot of money by cultivating this particular variety of rice. Okay, and this was also coupled with an issue of MSP, that is minimum support price. So in this video we will be talking about all these issues surrounding the ban of PUSA 44 variety of rice in Punjab. So before we continue, I want you to remind that to subscribe the Legacy AS Academy, and also do not forget to hit the bell icon to get all the latest updates from the Legacy IAS Academy. So if you look at the context, why are we even talking about this particular issue? If you look at the context, you can see here in the Hindu newspaper of 6th October 2023, there's an article, why Punjab wants to ban the cultivation of PUSA 44 paddy variety. Okay, this is what I was telling you. The Punjab government has completely banned the cultivation of this particular paddy variety or the rice variety throughout the entire state. So this, what happened? What is this particular rice that is PUSA 44? If you look at this, see, PUSA 44 was one of an important variety of rice that was developed in the year 1993. In the year 1993 by Indian Council of Agriculture and Research. Okay, Indian Council of Agriculture and Research. See, do not confuse this with respect to genetically modified rice. See, this is not a genetically modified rice. Okay, this is not a GM rice. The only two crops which have been given the go ahead for the cultivation of genetically modified crops in India are genetically modified cotton, that is GM cotton, and recently in the year 2022 we had the approval given to genetically modified mustard, that is GM mustard also. So we have not given, in India there is no approval given for the cultivation of genetically modified rice. But remember, this is not GM rice. This is not a genetically modified rice, but this is just a variety of rice, a different variety of rice. Okay, that the Punjab farmers were cultivating till now, and now the Punjab government has put a ban on it. So if you look at, in the year 1993, the ICAR, Indian Council of Agriculture and Research, has developed this particular variety, that is PUSA 44. Initial 5 years or 10 years, okay, there was no great acceptance by the farmers for this particular variety of rice. They did not celebrate this, they did not encourage this. But look at what happened in the year 2010. In the year 2010 or by 2010, 70 to 80% of the land on which the paddy was cultivated in Punjab, 70 to 80% of them used PUSA 44. So in the next 10 years, if you say 1993, say if you take 5 or 7 years on the line, till 2000s, this was not very much accepted by the people. From 2000 to 2010, this particular rice variety got a huge approval, and 70 to 80% of the paddy cultivation, the farmers used this particular variety of rice. Okay, so you might ask, it's good, right? What is the problem here? Farmers are accepting it, farmers are getting money and they are becoming rich. That's what we want. We want to double the farmers' income by 2030. 2025 was the target, and now we have the 2030 as a target. That's what the Prime Minister has said. We want to double the farmers' income. At the end of the day, we want to make sure that the farmer is getting the actual money that he desires. So you might ask, everything is good. 70 to 80% of the farmers have shifted to PUSA variety of rice. So now what is the problem? The problem came in this way. Before understanding the problem, let's look at why the farmers were attracted. What made farmers to accept this particular variety of rice in the last 10 years, that too 70 to 80% of them. See, first thing to note is that the yield of the PUSA 44 variety of rice was considerably greater than the normal variety of rice. See, For 1 acre, if we talk about, for 1 acre, the PUSA 44 gave an yield of 34 to 40 quintals, where the normal variety just gave 28 to 30 quintals. See, this is per acre we are talking about. If a farmer is having 5 acres of land and he is growing PUSA 44 instead of the normal variety of rice, okay, per acre, he can make 4 to 5 thousands extra. Think about 5 acres. 5 acres, he can make 25,000 more. This was a problem, and this was something that that attracted farmers towards the PUSA 44 variety of rice, and all of them adopted. First thing. Second thing, second thing to look at. In favorable conditions, the yield was even more, 36 to 40 quintals per acre. Okay, so the first thing that attracted farmers was the yield. Second thing that attracted farmers was that this was a variety of rice. This was a variety of rice that did not require a lot of maintenance. Okay, and this was a variety of rice that grew tall. And this was a variety of rice, very importantly, gave out stubble. After the harvest, the farmers could leave the stubble on the field and they would set it on fire. And they believed when the stubble turns into ash, this will increase the fertility of the soil for the rabi crops. So two advantages. One is that they're getting a good yield. Second advantage, it's a readily available fertilizer or manure for the farmers, is what they believed. It's a different story from the environmental point of view, that the stubble creates air pollution. Stubble for a short term increases the soil fertility, and for a long term it reduces the soil fertility. This is from the environmental point of view, but farmers thought this, and because of these two reasons the acceptance of the PUSA 44 increased over a period of time, and by 2010 70 to 80% of the paddy cultivation in Punjab was with PUSA 44. Now what happened later? What was the problem? See, this led to two problems. First problem, this PUSA 44 variety of rice became very much water intensive. It required a lot of water for its cultivation. So because of the water intensive nature of PUSA 44, for the last 10 years, by 2010 and 2012, the Punjab government realized that the groundwater levels have been declining in Punjab. And over this, the Punjab government had also started giving the subsidies on the electricity bill. And when you don't have to pay the electricity bill and when you get the groundwater availability, so people started pumping out a lot of groundwater to cultivate PUSA 44 variety of rice, and this resulted in declining groundwater levels by 2012 and 2013. This was the first problem. Second problem was that this variety of rice takes long time to grow. It takes around 160 days. It takes around 160 days to grow, whereas the normal variety of rice, 120 to 130 days to grow. So this extra 30 to 40 days of growth for the PUSA 44, this was also one of the reasons for its demand of higher water. So you will have to irrigate it for the next 30 to 40 days. Just imagine how much more water that this particular PUSA 44 variety of rice will demand. So these two reasons, in the year 2018, Punjab government came out with the notification and said, we are putting a cap on the percentage of land that should be used for the cultivation of PUSA 44 variety, and they put a cap at 22%. Okay. They put a cap for 18%, but over a period of time it increased to 22%. So which means around 20%. So see, before 2018 the cultivation was around 80% to 85% of the paddy was cultivated using PUSA 44, but Punjab government came out with a notification and reduced it to around 20%. Okay, again this was a blanket ban. This was a very much blanket ban. Now, because of this problem, the problem getting continued from 2018 till 2023 that we are in, now the Punjab government has come out with a notification and said that there will not be any PUSA cultivation anywhere in the entire state. From the blanket ban, they have come to a complete ban of this particular variety of rice. Now, if we look at the Indian rice exports and their problems. First and the most important thing is that India is one of the largest exporters of rice and one of the largest consumers of rice. For the South Indian population, rice is the staple food crop. What we're doing with respect to our rice exports? For example, let's say we cultivate the basmati rice. Okay, we cultivate the basmati rice, and basmati rice comprise of our exports. To grow basmati rice, because rice is a very water intensive crop, the groundwater levels have been declining because we are extracting water from the ground and we are cultivating basmati rice. And when we are exporting it, along with the rice that we are exporting, we are even exporting the groundwater, because we are extracting the groundwater, cultivating basmati and exporting it. So along with exporting just the rice, when we export rice, we are even exporting our groundwater. This was a problem with respect to India's rice exports. So considering all these, the solutions will be to shift to millets and the cereals, or the grains that we have, okay, that we can call it as millets. We can shift to millets, we can shift to ragi, and we can shift to our traditional food crops apart from rice. Okay, so this is all for today's class. So if you have liked the video, hit the like button and subscribe the Legacy IAS Academy for more such enriching content. Have a nice day. Thank you.